Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T-55A. It's a tier 9 reward tank for the third set of missions. It's a German medium, not a Soviet one, and it's located on the south spawn of Minsk under the command of Heavy 999. Now he's armed with a 100mm gun, which is capable of doing 320 alpha, penetrating 221mm with standard ammo, and that goes up all the way to 330 with the premium rounds, the heat rounds. Game's on. Now of all the reward vehicles you get, this is probably the first one that's really good. I mean, I say that because I think that the first reward tank, the Stug 4, is not very good. It's actually quite poor in comparison. It doesn't have the armaments of the other Stugs. It only has a 75mm gun, not a dirt gun. The T-28 with the HTC, the concept tank, is also not that great. It's a tank destroyer, it's a fixed gun tank destroyer. It does have blaring weaknesses, which are those machine gun ports on either side of the tank, and of course everyone knows about those now, so they just aim for them and take them out. But this tank is a T-55, so it's actually quite a decent tank, very mobile, good bouncy turret and decent gun. As you can see there, he just went straight into a cramvan and gets a high roll straight off. Panther 2 fires back at him, doesn't get a hit, pulls back below, and he bounces around from a Scorpion, went off the side of the turret. Now he sees a T-49 over there, fires around in his direction, gets a hit, high roll again, 354. So we know there's a Scorpion right at the end of this pathway, which is kind of dangerous actually. So if he pushes, somewhere out there behind those bushes is a Scorpion. Yes, he's having a few blind shots to see if he can tell that Scorpion, no thanks, not today. 257 doesn't give two figs, he's just going straight in. He just took a round from the Scorpion, 505 hit points lost. Now that was a cheeky one. He knew that the Scorpion had just fired into the 257, so he poked round the corner to put around into the rear of the cramvan. But if he does it again, I think that the Scorpion might have a go at him. So he's just holding on this corner for the moment. There's nobody down to the east before the river. Normally there's a light tank there and they can shoot up in this direction. In fact, there's a T-28 prototype down there, but will he get a shot into the side? Yes! Fires one into the mutts. He was spotted, tries it again. He did track the guy. Oh, lovely shot. Killed him. Oh, and yes, he is taking fire from a T-49 he didn't see. Fires one back. 323 hit points of damage he lost. The T-49 is reloading. That was an HE round from the 152mm, so he was lucky he didn't lose more hit points. Oh, now he's been hit by the Panther 2. Or is it? No, it's the Ferdinand. This is bad news. He's being spotted by that Panther 2. It's a low roll on that one. The Centurion is being torn to shreds, so he needs to get out of there. He doesn't give two Fs, and he's out the game. And the cramvan now gets involved, and he got hit in the tracks there. Pulls back after repairing. Needs to disengage. He's matching too many tanks at the same time, and usually you come a cropper if you try to engage 3 or 4 tanks at the same time. They'll all pump their rounds into you and you'll die very quickly. As it is, he's down to 1/3 of his hit points, and now he's reduced to holding this corner using the steps as something to side scrape about. He's got a CS-49 behind him, or CS-63 behind him rather, I should say, not a 49. So he's got some considerable firepower if somebody does come around that corner. And there are tier 10 tanks around there. Now, are they going to make a poke? I think they'd be unwise to try. But I think that Object 140 does, yes, comes round. The CS-63 pumps one in as well. And now the Object 140 is a one-shot. Bad move to him. Okay, Heavy 999 goes straight back to side scraping those steps. But Are the Cranvon going to come around the corner? The CS-63's decided now he's going to push, and he uses Heavy 999 as a kind of extra piece of armour as he goes past that gap. He didn't want to get hit by the T-49, but now he's around the corner. He's starting to unload into the Cranvon, and Heavy 999 does the same. The Cranvon dies to the Ferdinand, fires one into the Panther 2. He dies to the 63. And now he can have a go at that Ferdinand down there, the enemy one. Oh, that one went just to the right. He's side scraping off the wreck. Go for it. Yes, nice one. 306, low roll, but it did go in through the side. Ow, there's the Scorpion. Hit him in the tracks. He fires one in through the front of the Ferdinand. Low roll again. Gets caught up on the building. Needs to side scrape. There's the Ferdinand that killed the Cranvon. Yeah, he needs to get out of here. Oh, that was so lucky. The Scorpion G just scraped around off the side of him. That could have been a fatal shot for him if it actually high rolled. The Ferdinand's, well, he's down to a one shot now. Oh, but we lost the T-54 first prototype to the Scorpion. He's just fired, so that means he's reloading. And so he's taking the opportunity to get around the outside. The Ferdinand goes down. Now he can probably outflank the Scorpion and engage this E-75. Gets around into him. High roll, 324. He's now stalking his prey on this side of the map. Loses sight of the E-75. The Superconch is the other side of the river. Can't hit him. There's the T-49. Still there. Puts one into him, 323. Bounces around from a Jaegeru for 1,050. That's a huge amount. Didn't see the Jaegeru. He's having to back away because he needs to get behind these steps to protect him from that Jaegeru's 17cm gun. Didn't see that guy. No idea that he was there. So he can't go back because the Scorpion's behind him and might shoot him in the ass. But he can't move forward. So all he can do now is engage this T-49. It looks like he's by that tunnel going underneath the bridge. Or is he going north? He's gone. He went north out of the tunnel, or south out of the tunnel. Now he's taking a risk there. Coming out backwards. The enemy Scorpion is still alive. The Scorpion G. There's the Jaegeru. That's why he didn't see him. He was actually in the archway. He's loading a heat round to go through the lower plates. Scorpion knows he's been... the Jaegeru knows he's been seen. Fires one in. It doesn't go through the side of the armour. Can he get another one in? The guy's turning to face him. That one doesn't go through either. Question is, where is that Scorpion G and why hasn't he fired? Jaegeru can't cross the river, of course. But what he can do is he can go right down to the river bank. And there he is. And no, didn't penetrate the armour and those side skirts. He's got him by the ass now. He gets one straight through the rear of him. And he can do the same again. Yeah, oh no, critical hit. And the Jaegeru goes down, finally taken out by the 60 TP. We've lost our 212. It says lost in battle. Normally, oh, that's the enemy 212. That normally means that either he's drowned or he accidentally fired his gun against the wall and blew himself up. It can also mean that he overturned and died that way. But there's only 3 enemies left now. The E-75, the T-49 and the Scorpion. Well, the Scorpion probably wasn't behind him, and that's probably why he wasn't getting hit. That's the T-49 capping, but it's only a brief thing. Now, where is that Scorpion? Ah, there he is. Stops. He knows he's been seen. Stops to take a shot. Misses. Now he's got long reload and he knows he's vulnerable. Oh, he got a fire. And he kills him. That's an arsonist. And that means the only remaining enemy is the T-49. Well, Heavy 999 is now going to go up to the cap. I think he's going to start the cap going. Force the T-49 to come back, get the reset. And that'll give him a chance to kill the last enemy and end the game. But he's done very well. 5.2k of damage showing. But I'm not sure if that is the full story, because he might actually have more. He did fire a few blind shots, knocking the trees down to give himself a bit of cover. I think he's just going to sit in those trees actually, so he can get closer, and the T-49 is probably going to come from that angle. Well, T-49's only got a few seconds left to get here, and if he doesn't, we'll win by capping. Of course, the 60 TP could decap and just let the clock tick on. The Ferdinand is taking damage, which kind of indicates that he actually has found the T-49 and it's going to cap out. Yes, it's capped out. So it looks like the T-49 came back but couldn't resist taking a few pop shots at the Ferdinand, or felt that he had to shoot the Ferdinand because there was no way he was going to get past that guy and get to the cap in time. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a first-class tanker for Heavy 999 in the T-55A. He got an arsonist because he set fire to the Scorpion G and watched him burn. He also got a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 8 in this one. He also picked a couple of battle hero medals in this one. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And the win rate from that battle was 7,166, which is Super Unicum standard. And he certainly played that T-55A very well. We can see that he did get the highest damage with 5,615 hit points. Next high scorer being the Jaeger on his own team with 4,136. And after that, it was the 60 TP on his team with 3,201. It's rather telling that these are the top guys alive at the end of the battle. The next highest damage was actually done by that T-49. He actually did 3,055 hit points of damage, which made him the 4th highest on damage, but of course he didn't get back to the cap in time and let the game end. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the Jaeger on Heavy's team, the 60 TP, the Jaeger on the enemy team, and the Scorpion G. Yes, he was particularly effective, that guy. 3 kills each, 2 kills for Heavy 999 and the Scorpion on his own team. And the enemy team, well, nobody got more than 2 kills except the Scorpion G and the Jaeger. When it came to base XP, it was Heavy 999 who did the best, 1,282 base, and 884 for the 60 TP, 857 for the Scorpion. He fired 30 rounds of 100mm ammunition, got 21 direct hits and 17 penetrations, damage of 5,615 hit points, of which 1,933 were at more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits from the enemy during that game. 2 of them penetrated, 5 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. He was very lucky because at several moments during that game he did get glancing blows from the Scorpion, and well, basically he should have been out of the game for a long time before. 2,030 hit points of damage blocked by armor or bounced off the side of the turret. 2 enemy vehicles were spotted, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 killed, and 487 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 48 cap points while he was in the cap. On a premium count, he earned 81,290 credits, and after repair and ammunition respawn, he did fire a fair amount of heat ammo during that game. He needed to, because there was no way he was going to get through the Jaeger with standard rounds, and he actually ended up with a small loss of 231 credits. I don't think you'll worry about that at all. 1,923 XP, 96 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,019 experience points altogether. So I suppose after watching this battle you'll be quite excited if you haven't got a T-55A yet. Complete that 3rd set of missions and it's yours for free. And at the moment you get it, then I think you're going to have some rather interesting times, because seeing as it's tier 9 and not a lower tier 1, because of course the T-28 HDC is tier 7, and of course the Stug 4 is a tier 5, so not so great at those levels, but this one at tier 9, yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it. It's a good tank. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.